Before you start your install, ensure you have the proper permissions to perform a successful installation. The install account must be a farm administrator. All application pool accounts and SharePoint service accounts will need to have rights to the StoragePoint database. They will need DB reader and DB writer rights. During the install, StoragePoint will automatically add the rights for all app pool identities to the StoragePoint database for you. App pool accounts also need to have rights to the blob stores on the file system endpoints and on the system cache endpoints. They will need create, read, write, and delete permissions on these file share endpoints. This is just for file share endpoints, as cloud adapters will require you to enter credentials, and StoragePoint will pass a security token in the header of any requested packets. Thus, app pool rights are irrelevant. Also, you must ensure you're using SQL Enterprise Edition, as it is required when using any RBS provider. Once you're ready, download the bits from Metalogic's website to a web front-end server in your SharePoint farm. You need to run the install from one web front-end, and the solution will automatically be deployed to all other web front-ends in your farm. Once the bits are downloaded from the website, right-click on the executable and run as an administrator. Once the wizard appears, select the large button across the bottom row to install StoragePoint. Click Next through the beginning of the wizard and accept the licensing agreement. Browse to the drive location you'd like to install StoragePoint on. By default, it will be installed inside the Metalogix folder in the Program Files directory. Click Next and press Finish to complete the installation of the program's bits to the drive. Now we'll begin deploying StoragePoint by using this install wizard. Click Next to begin. First, we'll run through the system check and make sure you have all the permissions and services started for a successful install. If any of the system checks fail, there will be a red X instead of a green checkbox. You must fix the issue before continuing. Once you pass all checks, you can press Next to continue. If StoragePoint is already installed, it will be detected and you'll be asked to perform an upgrade or to remove StoragePoint. If you're installing the same version, you will see a repair option. On the next screen of the wizard, follow these 4 steps. Step 1, enter your key. Step 2, ensure we've detected the correct number of web front ends. If not, you may override and enter the correct amount. Step 3, enter credentials for an account that is a local administrator on all servers in the farm. This is needed to successfully provision a global solution. Step 4, choose whether to activate online or offline. If your server is connected to the internet, you may activate online. If your server does not have an internet connection, you can perform a simple offline activation. Next, enter the name of the database server where you want to install the StoragePoint configuration database. Also, enter the name of that database. If the logged in user for this installation does not have DB create rights, you can edit the connection string or use SQL authentication. Next, you'll need to provide credentials that will be used to access the Metalogix StoragePoint configuration database. By default, StoragePoint will use the account that is the identity of the application pool for the data that it resides in. Optionally, under Advanced Settings, you may edit the connection string, edit the temp folder settings, or enter the proxy server settings to connect to our licensing server. The temp folder will house all temp files during externalization. By default, the system temp folder will be used. Once Next is pressed, the solution will begin to globally deploy to all servers in your farm. This process may take a while depending on the resources available in the farm. After the solution is successfully deployed, you will need to perform an IIS reset and start and stop the SharePoint timer service on all web front ends.